are live, so we're good. The mic is live. They want you start so that they can do their pre-read. So whenever you are ready.
Good evening. My name is Dr. Luann Hudson, and I'm the proud Assistant Superintendent of the Henlopen School District. Thank you for joining us this evening as we celebrate this momentous occasion with the class of 2026 and all of you, their families and friends. In just a few moments, we will begin our graduation ceremony. Henlopen has a long tradition of conducting a dignified and respectable ceremony that honors the accomplishments of every graduate. Out of respect for all graduates and their guests, we ask that you please refrain from loud outbursts, air horns, and other disruptions during the ceremony so that each graduate's name can be clearly heard and recognized by everyone in attendance. At this time, we also ask that you silence your cell phones so those around you may fully enjoy the special moment. Thank you, and congratulations to the Henlopen High School class of 2026.
Here we go.
Probably ready for the switch. Hold. Right back up to ready when you're ready.
Hold. Go ahead.
Good evening. At this time, please stand for the presentation of colors by the Cape Henlopen JROTC, followed by the playing of our national anthem by the Cape Henlopen High School Concert Band.
Say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free?
Please remain standing as the senior class vice president, Mason Trench, leads us in the salute to the flag and a moment of silence.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Today, as we gather to celebrate the achievements of our graduating class, we also take a moment to remember those who are not with us physically, but remain forever in our hearts and memories. Their absence is deeply felt, but today we carry their spirit with us as we embark on new journeys. Please join me now in a moment of silence as we honor those who are unable to be here with us tonight. Thank you.
Thank you. You may now be seated. Good evening, students, parents, relatives, friends, and honored guests. My name is Kristen DeGregory, and I am the proud principal of Cape Henlopen High School. I'd like to take this opportunity to welcome everyone to the 2026 Cape Henlopen High School Commencement. We have assembled here today to celebrate an amazing group of young adults. As we begin today's ceremony, I'd like to introduce and recognize our special guests. I'd ask that you hold your applause until I finish introducing each group. On the stage with me tonight is the President of the School Board, Dr. Allison Myers, Vice President, Dr. Janice Hanwell, Superintendent, Dr. Jenny Nauman, Assistant Superintendent, Dr. Luann Hudson, Senior Class Advisors, John Sell and Carly Zeke, and Teacher, Juliana Denise. I want to acknowledge our school board members, Jason Bradley, Bill Colick, Julie Derrick, Patty Maw, and Jessica Tyndall. Thank you for joining us here tonight, Delaware Department of Education Secretary of Education Cindy Martin, Delaware Department of Education Dr. Michael Saylor, Lewis Police Chief Thomas Spell, and Senator Russell Huxtable. Thank you. Thank you to all of our district office personnel, district-wide staff, Sussex Consortium administrators, including Principal Dr. Vivian Bush, and our high school administrative team, Assistant Principals Joshua Chubb, Drew Coulter, Dr. Jessica Hazard, Will Revels, and Tim Slade. Sending a special thank you to our outstanding guidance department, secretarial staff, custodial department, music department for their hard work in making today possible. Thank you. At this time, I would like to thank our Cape Henlopen High School and district teachers and staff for being here this evening. Last, but certainly not least, a huge welcome and congratulations to the class of 2026. It is my honor and privilege to be here this evening to preside over this graduation ceremony. During one of my favorite days of the school year, our senior cap and gown pickup event, I got to spend a good portion of the day talking with our seniors. Many students just had to put on their gown to see how it felt. I found at least 3 tassels lost on the floor, and one student had his gown near the pizza dippers that the cafeteria was serving for lunch that day. I pictured tomato sauce spilled all over the light blue gown before I folded it up, placed it back in its protective plastic, along with a cautious warning to the student. On that day, it was the words of our seniors that inspired my message tonight. One senior said, "I didn't expect the tears, but I'm just so happy I'm graduating." Another said, "I'm nervous and excited and sad all at the same time." While another shared a hug and said, "I don't want to say goodbye, but I'm so excited to graduate." Many of you are feeling proud while also feeling a little sad. You are excited for what comes next, yet emotional about what you're leaving behind. Some of you felt completely grown up as you walked in the stadium tonight, while also knowing that in a few months you will call home asking where important documents are, how to cook chicken, or what setting to use on the washing machine. This is a fascinating contradiction. It is the moment completely caught between 2 opposing forces: the comfort of what you know and the excitement of what you don't. For the past 4 years, you have figured out where to sit at lunch, which hallways to avoid, and exactly who to turn to when things got tough. You built a community and a routine, and giving that up hurts. It's entirely natural to feel a sense of grief today for the end of this chapter, but at the exact same time, a spark of excitement is in the air. You get to decide who you want to be and how you want to leave your mark on the world. It is incredibly uncomfortable to feel all these emotions at once, I'm sure. You think you have to choose a side, either entirely heartbroken or entirely ecstatic. But one of the greatest lessons high school has prepared you for is learning to sit comfortably within that exact tension. The secret to navigating adulthood isn't about eliminating the tension, it's about embracing it. The most meaningful milestones in your life will rarely be simple. You may move to a new city and miss your hometown. You may choose a path of independence and deeply crave the comfort of family and friends. Life's biggest moments are rarely just one feeling. And it's not just the students feeling this mix of emotions tonight. Your families see the little kid they once walked into kindergarten, while also seeing the adults standing before them now. Your teachers see the students who sat in their classrooms, but also the future leaders, creators, caregivers, innovators, and citizens you are becoming. So graduates, embrace the contradictions of tonight, the happiness, the sadness, the excitement, the nervousness, the pride, and the uncertainty. They can all exist together. And my wish for you is a life full of beautifully mixed emotions and special people to walk along beside you as you experience it all. Congratulations, class of 2026. We are proud of you, we believe in you, and we cannot wait to see where your journey leads next. Please welcome Superintendent Dr. Jenny Naumann to the podium.
Good evening, members of Board of Education, dignitaries, administrators, teachers, staff, families, friends, and most importantly, the Cape Henlopen High School class of 2026. This is such a special night celebrating such a special class. A few days ago, many of our seniors participated in something we'd never done before at Cape, our first senior walkthrough. As many of you walk through the halls of our elementary and middle schools, younger students lined the hallways cheering for you. They reached out for high fives, smiled from ear to ear, and looked at you the way many of you once looked at the cool high schoolers. And for a few moments, for me, time stood still. As a former elementary principal, that day was especially meaningful because many of you once walked those same hallways as little kids when I was your principal. So I started asking questions. What do you remember? What stands out all these years later? And your answers weren't quite what I expected. Nobody talked about a test score or a grade. Instead, you talked about dolphin dollars, Mr. Money and the mega party, one book, one school, field trips. You remembered the day of a bomb threat, and of course, field day. You remembered moments I had completely forgotten. And listening to those stories, I really realized something. The moments that stay with us are rarely the moments anyone plans. They're moments that make us laugh and connect us and remind us how we belong. In the class of 2026, you've created a lot of those moments. This class earned nearly $7 million in scholarships. I'm going to say that again. This class earned nearly $7 million in scholarships. What? We have students heading to Yale, Vassar, SUNY Maritime, UD, Delaware State University, Del Tech, trade schools, and many other colleges and universities across the country. We have graduates pursuing their dreams as far away as Florence, Italy, and Hawaii. We have future teachers, artists, entrepreneurs, healthcare professionals, carpenters, welders, boat builders, good job, Johnny, first responders, and business leaders. We have graduates going right into the workforce and others entering military service, including two students who earned appointments to the United States Naval Academy. Way to go, Mason and Madison. Also, 30 members of this class will continue competing athletics at the collegiate level. One of them, Ryan, will be bowling at St. Thomas University, proving again that Cape students find ways to pursue their passions, even if it's not a sport that's offered here. This class also includes Will and Tripp, who finished first and second in the state in pole vaulting, and Nick, an individual state champ in wrestling. These are incredible accomplishments that reflect the talent and dedication represented throughout this graduating class. This class brought home a unified flag football state champion that had many unified partners, where Zane dominated play this year. But perhaps even more impressive, 75 athletes and partners participated across 3 unified teams, showing us all what belonging, inclusion, and friendship truly look like. so much more. This class captured a boys cross-country state championship by defeating Sally's with Jason Baker leading the way. Whoop. And just this past weekend, the girls lacrosse team won the chip with such class. They're beasts on the field, and they hold hands and skip across the field as a team to meet their adoring fans. Claire even managed 2 goals and 3 assists, being face guarded the whole time. And Amaya, heading to UD to play basketball, is so athletic, she just joined the team here just for the vibes. And that's who our teams are. Members of this class helped pioneer girls wrestling and girls flag football, opening the doors for future generations of Cape students. And wow, have you heard our kids play, sing, and act? Riley was the lead tenor in all-state jazz band. Daphne won outstanding jazz vocals as a major jazz festival, and Julia, Noah, and Willow won superior awards at a major thespian festival as well. The talent is endless. And then there are moments that will never appear. There's Julia right there. There's never moments that will never appear in a trophy case. Moments like Matthew saving a child's life on one of our beaches. Moments that remind us that character matters and that who you are will always matter more than where you go. When I think about this class, I think about Erin, who joined CAPE this year from another district. She shared thoughtful insights that reminded me that leadership just isn't about how long you've been somewhere, it's about caring enough to make a difference. I think about Oscar, who knows more about the district and the people in it than I do, and Gabe Meza, who's a young man every teacher wants in their class and who's garnered over 250 volunteer hours in our community. I think about Trey and Cordell, whose friendship began when Dell transferred to CAPE in 4th grade, right at Shields Elementary. Somewhere between elementary school and graduation, classmates became lifelong friends, and both will be playing football at the next level. I think about students I see at the gym, the quick smile and wave from Naven, the students I run into on Dewey Beach, watching Avery, Brenner, Mikey T, Brooks, and all of our lifeguards push themselves through workouts with determination and grit like they do on the field and in the classrooms. And one of the things I love most about being superintendent in CAPE is that I just don't know you from school. I know many of you from this community. I've seen you in classrooms, on athletic fields, on our beaches. I've seen you volunteering, working summer jobs, helping visitors, coaching younger students, one of my favorite, and showing up for one another. And that's what makes this place so special. This class also knows that life's not defined only by accomplishments, because along the way, you've experienced loss. Tonight, we remember Ryan, Adriana, and Patience. They should be here with us, and their stories remain part of this class, and they remind us that every day, every friendship, and every moment together matters. Parents, families, grandparents, siblings, and loved ones, this celebration also belongs to all of you. Tonight, as I look across this field, I see pride and joy and gratitude and a few tears. And as a parent myself, I know what you're feeling tonight. You're looking at your children and wonder, where did the time go? You remember the first day of school, the games, the concerts, the projects, the practices, the late night conversations. You were there for the successes and for the setbacks. You encouraged them, believed in them, and loved them through every stage of their journey. Yesterday was really funny. I was reading through some of the senior yearbook quotes and found myself smiling. Tyrone Morning quoted Lil Wayne, reminding us that real G's move in silence like lasagna. And Riley Moyer took a different approach, channeling a Kardashian and proudly announcing she was unsubscribing from the drama. That's good stuff. But what caught my attention most were the students who quoted their parents. Grant Conaway shared his late father's advice, never lose your passion. David Barnes mentioned his mother's reminder, show them how smart you are. Simple and timeless advice. Graduates, before you leave tonight, take a moment to thank the people who helped you get here, whether it's a teacher, a parent, a guardian, a friend, because none of us reaches the finish line alone. Now, class of 2026, as you begin writing the next chapter of your story, I have a few final thoughts for you. We live in a place where thousands of people come each year hoping for the perfect vacation. They come for our beaches, our boardwalks, our sunsets. They come hoping to make memories with the people they love. But those of us who live here know something that they don't. The best part of the vacation isn't the destination. It's the people you're with and the memories you make along the way. So my advice to you is simple. Live your life a little more like a vacation day. And no, I don't mean sleeping in or avoiding responsibility. I mean wake up excited for what the day might bring. Be curious. Try new things. Take chances. Talk to people. Watch the sunset. Laugh a little more and be present. Because someday you'll look back and realize the moments you remember most weren't necessarily the biggest moments, just like I realized during the senior walkthrough. They were the moments you were present enough to notice. Class of 2026, whether you've been here since kindergarten or arrived just this year, whether you loved every minute of high school or couldn't wait for this graduation day, your journey has led you to this moment. It has been one of my greatest privileges of my career to watch many of you grow up, and I can't wait to see what comes next. Congratulations, class of 2026.
We now welcome to the stage Michael Thompson, 2026 Senior Class President, to deliver the student address.
Good evening, everyone. Families, friends, faculty, and most importantly, the class of 2026. I've been pushing this speech back for a while now, but last night I decided it was time to knock this thing out. I've had the pleasure of being your president for the past few years, and it's been an incredible ride. I'm so thankful to have gone to the best high school in the entire state. As we move forward into the next stages of our lives, we carry with us not just the lessons written on smartboards or in Delta math assignments, but the experiences that prepare us to be successful in the real world. Here at Cape, we're a family. None of us were handpicked to attend this school. We're all homegrown, and I wouldn't want to have it any other way. And I'll tell you what, nobody does it like the class of 2026. Not only are we exceptional in the classroom, we also know how to have a good time. From having live bands after dances to never forgetting our wiggly boots for a game, we emphasize the work hard, play hard mentality. Our environments for sporting events were unmatched, thanks to our amazing band, cheerleaders, and student section. Some may say when you play the Vikes, you're playing all of us. But seriously, our class has experienced a lot. A lot of wins, but also a lot of losses. Sometimes I think we've had more losses than most. We've lost games and championships, classmates and best friends. But through it all, we were here for each other. The Cape community has been here for us. And as I look at the events that have unfolded in our high school career, the good and the bad, it shows us exactly what life is. There are ups and downs to this journey. As the great Vince Lombardi said, it's not whether you get knocked down, it's whether you get up. Every time you get knocked down, you learn something about yourself and what you're capable of. We've all learned that life doesn't always go the way you expect. Sometimes you get hit with something you never saw coming. But here's the truth. You only have one life, so live it to the fullest. Take chances, be ambitious, and remember, it's never too late to change. Be the person you want to be, and be ready to seize your moment when it comes. You might only get one shot. As we leave this place we've called home for the past 4 years, I want all you to remember this. The journey isn't supposed to be perfect. It's supposed to shape you. Don't take a moment for granted. Someday, we'll all look back at this time and say, man, I miss the good old days. But here we are, at the doorstep of receiving something that we worked for since we were 5 years old. All the assignments and work we've done just to receive a piece of paper. But was it ever really about the diploma? Or was it the lasting friendships and unforgettable memories along the way? I choose the latter, and I'm sure all you can agree. So wherever life takes us next, may we never forget the place that made us, the memories that changed us, and the people who became family along the way. Thank you, Cape. Thank you. Thank you.
It is an honor for me to introduce Senior Class Treasurer Brenner Short.
Good evening, fellow graduates, teachers, administrators, and guests. My name is Brenner Short, and I'm honored to represent the class of 2026 as your treasurer. This evening, I'm excited to present this year's senior class gift. As the student government team reflected on our time at Cape, we wanted to choose a gift that would positively impact both current and future students every day. Through our years at Cape, communication, school spirit, and inclusion have all played an important role in shaping our experience and strengthening our community. It is a privilege to announce that the gift from the class of 2026 will be new TV monitors that will be installed throughout the hallways to display announcements, achievements, upcoming events, and important messages for students and staff. In addition, we will be donating picture exchange communication systems, or PECs, to support special needs students by helping strengthen information sharing and accessibility within our school community. These boards will be used in our unified sports programs and common areas throughout the school building. These gifts represent our commitment to giving back to Cape Henlopen and supporting an environment where every student feels informed, included, and valued. We hope these additions will continue to benefit students for many years to come and will serve as a lasting reminder of the class of 2026's appreciation for everything the school has given us. Thank you, and congratulations, class of 2026.
You did a great job.
Thank you.
Good job.
Thank you.
At this time, I would like to call up to the stage Dr. Rachel Peacock, Cape Henlopen High School chemistry teacher, to introduce our valedictorian.
Good evening. Congratulations to the entire class of 2026 on your high school graduation. You guys have been one of my favorite groups, and I wish you the best as you continue your journey after Cape. It is my honor to introduce our valedictorian, Alexandra Teig. Over the last 2 years, I have had the privilege of having Alexandra as a student in my chemistry and advanced placement chemistry classes, where I have witnessed her love of learning, her curiosity, and her focus. Throughout high school, she has challenged herself with rigorous courses and excelled academically in all content areas. But let's be honest, this could be said about any valedictorian. What makes Alexandra special is 3 characteristics: her humility, her steadfastness, and her innate curiosity. Alexandra is one of the most unassuming students I have ever met. She pursues academic excellence for herself and her goals, and never in competition with other students. While she is typically a top performer in her classes, Alexandra is not boastful. She's always humble about her success while being supportive and encouraging of her peers. Alexandra is also steadfast in her dream to be a pharmacist. Her academic decisions and her work ethic have been motivated by her clear vision for her future. This motivation is made possible through Alexandra's innate curiosity, particularly in science. Over the last 2 years, I have watched Alexandra thrive in the laboratory setting. A couple months ago, we did a photo shoot for a Women in Science scholarship Alexandra applied for, complete with goggles, a lab coat, and some chemistry lab props. And in that moment, I got a glimpse into her future, confident, precise, and focused. I have no doubt she will accomplish every goal she sets for herself because she is a strong young woman. Alexandra will be starting her journey to pharmacy school at Delaware Technical Community College by taking advantage of the SEED scholarship to complete her prerequisite courses. She then plans to apply to the University of Maryland Eastern Shore 3-year accelerated pharmacy school program. Alexandra, it has truly been my pleasure to have you in my classroom these last 2 years, and I'm excited to hear updates from you as you accomplish your goals. It is my pleasure to introduce the Cape Henlopen High School Class of 2026 valedictorian, Alexandra Teig.
Good evening, Cape Henlopen faculty, families, and fellow graduates. My name is Alexandra Teig, and I am honored to be here today as the valedictorian of the class of 2026. Growing up, adults always told us the same things. Enjoy being a kid, don't grow up too fast, time flies. And to be honest, I never really believed them. When you're young, graduation feels unbelievably far away. Yet somehow, here we are, in our caps and gowns, wondering where all that time went. As I stand before you today, I finally understand what those adults meant. Time has a way of passing more quickly than we realize it. Over the past 13 years, we've been encouraged to look ahead, to dream big, to work hard, and prepare for the future. But in the midst of all the planning, it's easy to forget to appreciate the present. I have found myself countless times looking back through old photos, wishing I could experience certain moments just one more time. When I think about those moments, I think about the people who made them valuable. I think about the friends who turned stressful days into memorable ones, the teachers who challenged us to think differently when classwork felt impossible, and the classmates who made us laugh when we needed it most. I think about the routines we once took for granted, the inside jokes that never seemed to get old, and the ordinary memories that became some of our most cherished. And when I look back at my own journey, there are a few people who I cannot thank enough, because without them, I wouldn't be where I am today. To my parents, thank you for being my foundation and greatest source of motivation. Thank you for always believing in me, supporting me through every challenge, and encouraging me to strive for more. To my grandparents, thank you for your love, wisdom, and unwavering support throughout my life. You do so much for me. To my closest friends, thank you for every word of encouragement, every laugh, and every time you reminded me that I was capable of more than I thought. You made these years more meaningful than you know. To our teachers, thank you for challenging us to do our best. You taught us far more than what was written in the lesson plans. You taught us how to think critically, how to stay curious, and how to grow into better people. Finally, I want to recognize the people here today, the class of 2026. Even if our paths didn't always cross, we've still been a part of the same places and the same moments. We've walked the same hallways, shared many of the same experiences, and reached this milestone together. As we walk across this stage today, let's remember that success isn't solely defined by grades, awards, or triumphs. Success is also measured by resilience, creativity, and character. The achievements we celebrate tonight are important, but the perseverance, adaptability, and growth that brought us here matter just as much. The class of 2026 is capable, resourceful, and hardworking, but if there's one quality I hope defines us most in the years ahead, it's compassion. The world will always need talented people. It will always need innovators, leaders, and problem solvers, but it also needs people who are kind, people who listen, people who show empathy, people who choose to lift others up rather than tear them down. As we close this chapter and begin the next, I'd like to leave you with one final thought. Pursue your ambitions, but don't lose sight of what matters most. Work hard, dream big, and chase your goals, but remember to appreciate the people who walk alongside you. Be present, be compassionate, and be curious. Don't become so focused on what's next that you miss what's happening right in front of you. Life isn't meant to be rushed through. Class of 2026, the future is uncertain, but it is also full of possibility. Wherever life takes us, I hope we continue to learn, continue to grow, and continue to make a positive difference in the lives of others. Congratulations, and don't forget to enjoy the journey.
Thank you so much. Wait right here next to Dr. Norman, okay?
Please welcome the Senior Class Secretary, Jamie Witten, to the stage.
Good evening, everyone. The Cape Henlopen Valedictorian Award is presented by Cape Henlopen High School to the student with the highest cumulative GPA throughout high school. This award features a glass sphere with the blue and turquoise wave design inside, making it look like an ocean wave frozen in motion. The bright colors and smooth glass give it a clean, elegant appearance. It has a unique coastal-inspired design that makes it both eye-catching and meaningful. Prevalent among the beaches around us, waves symbolize movement and the rhythm of life. Like the tides, there are both high and low points in life, but when it is all said and done, those things will smooth out. Waves are created by wind blowing across the surface of the water, carrying energy forward, just as we carry our experiences, challenges, and achievements into the next chapter of our lives. We hope that the wave, shaped in a sea, will remind you of home as you move on to your next big journey. The wave has an engraved description, especially for the class of 2026 valedictorian, Alexandra Teig. On behalf of Henlopen High School, we hope the symbol of the wave will continue to inspire her to pursue her goals, leaving a profound impact on our community. We now present this award. Alexandra, congratulations.
Jamie, you did a great job.
Thank you, man.
We would like to recognize and congratulate our salutatorian, William Dorsch. As the principal of Cape Henlopen High School, it is my privilege to ask the senior class advisors, John Sell, Carly Zeke, and teacher Juliana Denise, to come to the podium. I now present to you the class of 2026.
Michael Charles Thompson. Mason Shaw Trench. Jamie Davis Witten. Brenner Nathan Short. Alexandra Lee Teig. William Wolfgang Dorsch. Julia Elizabeth Burrell. Riley Michael Choma. Willow Kai DeMichelle. Julia Lynn Lecrette. Jada Rochelle Laganigro. James Francis McGonigal V. Zoe Rachel Miller. Daphnis Amadea Mock. Christian Eric Watland. Reed Arling Williamson. Jaden Michael Wilson.
David Matthew Adili Cams. Jacob Augustin. Juliet Elizabeth Arid. Yasser Murtada Alada. Christopher Henry Alumno. Landon James Amiss. Brandon Amorum. Brian Amorum. Osmond Jafet Anariba Martinez. Gavin Michael Anderson. Presenting an honorary diploma to celebrate the life, achievements, and memory of Ryan Michael Andrew. Accepting the diploma is his sister, Ashlyn Andrew. Ariel Imani Michelle Anglin. Nicholas John Apgar Faring. Riley Victoria Archer. Thank you, Nick. Wilson Ismael Argueta Sorto. Miles Hudson Alt. Andrew Donald Axe. Alexa Elizabeth Ayala Hidalgo. Thomas Randall Bain. Kyle Richard Lee Baker. Jason Christopher Baker. Pierce Barker. David Dennis Barnes. Alexander Samuel Barth. Crismary Coral Batista Romero. Tremaine Carlton Batson Jr.
Sophia Lynn Ball. Gabriel Charles Sebastian Beck. George Joseph Becker. Morgan Janae Bellamy Hicks. Alyssa Theodora Berg. Sitlali Sahahi Bermudez. Reagan Nicole Best. Tyler Jackson Bettens. Jeremy Ryan Billa. Madeline Michelle Bird. Grace Elizabeth Blackwood. Nora James Block. Ryder Rios Bodis. Joshua Elijah Bringus. Addison Kate Brenneman. Diamani Lynn Brittingham. Olivia Mary Brittingham. Ava Sophia Brown. Max Brown Jr. Morgan Bailey Brown. Anthony Lee Shane Bryan Jr. Brooklyn Lorena Marie Burgos. Dana Lee Burke. Merritt William Burke. Hunter James Burleson.
Marzell Xavier Burris Campbell. Ashley Cash Burrett. Alaire Elizabeth Burton. Sydney Elaine Caldwell. Casey Lynn Calloway. Gabrielle Grace Camacho. Ramon Olivo Calles. Isaiah Marquise Campbell. Madison Mackenzie Capice. Gracie May Karras. Catherine Michelle Cardona Gonzalez. Melanie Lisbeth Cardona Gonzalez. Valeria Nicole Carranza Soto. Mackenzie Renee Cartwright. Matthew Vladimiro Castro Zapata. Riley Taylor Cathcart. Kasaya Ariana Chandler. Casey Pauline Chandler. Victor Edmund Chilelli. Valerin Giselle Climaco Orellano. Joshua Daniel Cohen. Judah Simone Cohen. Bridget Marin Cole. Grant William Conway. Candy Angelica Corzante. Madeline Rose Cordry.
Eileen J. Corey. Madeline Rose Craig. Alexander Julian Creatori. Anna Faith Crenshaw. Jasmine Yvonne Cuffey. Cadence Madison Cunningham. Liam Thomas Curran. Carissa Valentina Curry. Skip Dalton. Hudson Alexander Dane. Gavin Bryce Davidson. Presenting an honorary diploma to celebrate the life, achievements, and memory of Adriana Sophia Davis. Accepting the diploma are her parents, Scott and Cynthia Davis, and brothers Austin and Aaron. Kingston Charles Davis. Macy Grace Davis. Adriana Marie DeAngelis. Christopher Lee Deck. Angelina Marie Deck. Chloe Maria DeForest. Bianca Lee De Jesus. Tony Morgan De Leon Velasquez. Ethan Michael Drapeau. Christian Diaz Feliz. Giovanni Vincent Di Battista. Madeline Elizabeth Dykus. Ella Beth Dietz. William Evo DePaulo.
Maya Grace DiSabatino. Colton Andrew Donovan. John Emmanuel Dudley.
Colton.
Navin John Duffy. Lily Ann Dunleavy. Aaron Durham. Ashton David Ettery. Dale Raymond Edwards. Lane Austin Edwards. Quentin Joseph Eisenman.
Go Lane!
Tristan Reef Elazar. Alexandra Grace Ellis. Nathan James Edgar.
Nathan.
Aaron Lee Elmer. Madison Olivia Elphick. Cora Ann Emery. Alexander King Ernakovich. Emilio Esaro Escalante Matias. Ezekiel Elian Escalante Perez. Gabriela Anais Escamilla. Alexandria Elizabeth Espinoza. Mackenzie Elon Everson. Petra Farkas. Stella Lillian Farrell. Logan Felker.
Braxton Wilson Figs. Daniela Fernanda Figueroa Gonzalez. Emma May Fisher. Blake Campbell Fitzgerald. Emily Janelli Flores Rivas. Anthony Josiel Fonseca Mungia. John Falcone. Anthony Stephen Francis. Quinn Stephen Friend. Amalia Kate Fruckman. Jocelyn Marie Furman. Mason Thomas Furman. Dominic Joseph Fasolaro. Benjamin David Gato. Declan Patrick Gallagher. Tripp Samuel Gannon. Jose Manuel Garcia Perez.
Trip.
Connor Allen Garman. London Sage Garms. Miley Teresa Marie Geisinger. Lucy Florence Getzlaff. Caden Daniel Gibbs. Elliot Gray Giglio. Dylan Alexander Gonzalez Varela. Charlie Henry Gonzalez de Leon. Selena Gonzalez Roblero. Mia Catherine Gordon. Madison Julie Gordy. Yobin Jonathan Gramajo Mazariegos.
Colby Scott Green. Kyle Becker Green. Sanaya Elizabeth Green. Riley Reagan Grooms. Olivia Grace Gross. Christopher Lee Grozer Jr. Journey Maverick Haynes. Samuel David Hammis. Tyrone Lamont Handy III. Taizé Malachi Harmon. Jonathan Morgan Harp. Jason Charles Harpel Rickards. Madison Elizabeth Harpster. Christopher Antony Harris. Ted Jean McLeing Hart. Cameron Blake Hartstein. Tyler Quinn Hahn. Edwin Paul Hayes Jr. Lucy Claire Hyde. Evan Grady Heminger. Andrew Christopher Henyon. Eric Herrera Rodriguez. Audrey Kate Hershelman. Jaleesa Jaylyn Hicks.
Olivia May Hill. Cheyenne Lynn Hill. Shannon Elizabeth Ann Hitchens. Nathaniel Colin Hwang. Lillian May Holodick. Brianna Isabella Holston. Liliana Rose Hubble. Rebecca Elizabeth Hudson. Chad Lewis Huey. Tristan Richard Hunt. Aiden Daniel Hooper. Valentina Ann Imperial. Irvin Andres Emule Sheik. Emmanuel Infante. Alexander Blake Ippolito. Diego No Islas Lopez. Mason Wingate Jack. Amari Dijon Jackson. Aiden Nathaniel James. Haley Alexis James. Taven Jean. Adam Michael Jennings. Christopher Michael Jennings Jr. Joseph Jimenez. Phoenix Rain Johnson. Russell Conwell Johnson V.
Trey LeBryant Johnson. Anasia Renee Johnson Grace. Bernard Thomas Jones II. Wow. Emma Pearl Jones. Jaden Kai Jones. Catherine Joy Jones. Kaylin Rael Jones. Linnell Lee joins. Sophie Wynn Kane. Mallory Beth Kaufman. Addison Geraldine Kaufman. Callie J. Keene. Brennan Matthew Kennedy. John Lloyd Keys IV. Alyssa Jane Kirby. Sorry. Stacy King Ruiz. Baron Allen Klein. Michaela Sarah Klutchnik. Adriana Portuguese Kohler. Emma Michelle Kraus. Edith Milagros Lores. Jacob Daniel Kleekin. David Christopher Klein II. Madison Kendall Layfield. Bailey Lorraine Lehman.
Noah David Lemon. Hayden Randall Lenz. Brooks Hisu Leonhardt. Sophia Quinn Leposki. Matthew Christopher Lerman. Lee Carrington Levis. Noah Richard Lewis. Catherine Ann Liebel. Amanda Lima Rodriguez. Quinn Asher Lobley. Maddie Samantha Long. Olivia Ryan Longo. Claire Elizabeth Lopez. Cristali Vianelli Lopez Gomez. Daira Naomi Lopez Jimenez. Ryan Michael Lang. Ronald Joseph David Leroy. Jaden Lorelei Lynch. Catherine Paola Lopez Lopez. Norma Leticia Lopez Morales. Taj Mikal Lovett. Marina Yamilet Marquez. Madison Ruth Lubinecki. Mason Alexander Lockhart Jr. Nehemiah Brian Marvell Makel. Savannah Coral Molesky. Lauren Angela Marchetti.
Madison Rachel Mark. Gianna Sophia Marlette. Henry Giovanni Martinez Ruiz. Owen Michael Mattioni. Trinity Sky Mall. Samantha Hope Mayer. Alyssa Nicole McCarthy. Diana Janae Mall. Gianna Marie Mall. Lamar Alexander McCoy. Amelia Ann McCrae. Joshua Malachi McCready. Erickson James McMahon. Ryan Patrick McNett. Catherine Leah Meekins. Carlos Armando Mejia Sanchez. Jalisa Marilyn Mejia Lara. Isabella Jasmine Mikulski. Zachary Thomas Mendez. Marlene Elizabeth Mendez Martin. Claudia Abigail Mendoza Angel. Gabrielle Patricio Mez Parades. Adriana Marie Mifflin. Avery Ann Miller. Matthew Christian Miller.
Taylor Grace Miller. Jennifer Rocio Miranda Maldonado. Fiona Sophia Mellon. Aisha Demir. Justin Richard Moore. Kieran Anthony Owen Moore. Nolan Blake Moore. Delmi Dalila Morales Perez. Madison Faith Morgan. Ryan Aiden Morgan. Caitlin Nicole Morris. Aiden Thomas Morrison. Tyrone Lee Morning Jr. Madison Nicole Moyer. Riley Jaden Moyer. Jordan Angel Murray. Roberto Jonathan Narvaez Escobar. Cooper Joseph Nathan. Trenton Brady Smith Neal. Christina Marie Needham. Malik Anthony Neely. Jacqueline Elizabeth Nelms. Nisai Mary Ngito. Dang Wang Nguyen. Amber Lee Nonamaker. Lily Hudson Noonan.
Riley Jane Oakles. Alexis Jade Olenowski. Joseph Sev Daniel Osorio. Luke Riley Owens. Gotcha. Emily Ray Painter. Emily Rose Painter. Madison Lee Kimmel. Cameron Vaughn Parker. Layla Marie Parks. Jaslyn Rain Patterson. Robert Franklin Patton IV. Talila Catherine Pecoraro. Sorry, Robbie. Lucy Purdick. Julie Pereira Santos. Abimel Perez Perez. Cruz Alonzo Perez Gonzalez. Harmony Marie Perkins. Bryce Anthony Persia. Tu T. Pham. Nevaeh Lynn Pope. Matthew Michael Popovich. Victoria Grace Pocaro. Connor Jackson Price. Cal L. Justice Radcliffe. Andrew Kellen Radka.
Angeli Diane Ramirez Rodriguez. Joshua Ramon Fuentes. Julian Antonio Ramos Chase. Kelsey Nicole Ramos Morales. Kimberly Anaí Ramos Morales. Raquelmer Ramos Ramirez. Liam Scott Ramsey. Madison Mary Randall. Gianna Marie Raze. Braden Michael Red. Alana Rose Redden. Leah Marina Reddix. Ethan Alexander James Reynolds. Lily Noel Reynolds. Madeline Taylor Riccio Hummel. Quardell Stephen Lee Richards. Destiny Violet Marie Rickman. Shane Leo Reese. Christabel Rivas Cruz. Alexia Mariolos Rivas Rivos. Mara Lee Riviera Perez.
She's dancing.
Brian Vladimir Rivera Vasquez.
Good job, Mara.
Dane Edward Roberts. Luke Austin Roberts. Tanner Ridge Robinson. Tyrion Olivia Robinson. Leah Marie Robinson Sheehan. Zane Jamon Richardson.
Angie Diana Roblero. Ava Juliana Rodriguez. Erin Leilani Rodriguez. Josue Daniel Rodriguez Arevalo. Rodney Manuel Rodriguez Escalante. Soana Ovilia Rodriguez Escalante. Delilah Gray Rolls. Carlisha Ronika Rosemond. Catherine Jane Rossi. Maxwell Schreiber Rauschy. Diedrich Lloyd Sulit Rualo. Taylor Hope Ruark. Jorge Jeffrey Ruiz. Darlene Lizeth Ruiz Espinal. Dominic Logan Salvi. Alondra Sanchez Pena. Wilbur Emmanuel Santizo. Anthony Wilfredo Santos Lopez. Wesley Wade Sartain. Cesar Sebastian Saucedo Ramirez. Aubrey Lynn Marie Schaefer.
Cameron J. Schaefer. Mason Adam Schaefer. Natalie Diane Schneider. Brady James Schnupp. Congrats, Zach. Iden Michael Schuler Koltuk. Candy Daniela Sebastian Gonzalez. Jaden Elias Sita. Maxwell Otto Selders. Layla Marie Sellers. Malik Ansel Seymour. Jaden Ann Schaefer. Emerson Dale Sheldon. Jack Owen Shockley. Elijah Misha Shockley Taylor. Savion Dewan Shockley White. Victoria Marissa Shull. Mason Edward Silva. Caden Alexander Skafidis. Asher Martin Samandra. Arion Jankaya Smith. Braddock Christian Smith. Hey, sweet. Kirsten Braylon Smith. Kaylee Ray Sockrider. Riley Taylor Spademan. Simone Corinne Spohr. Emily Madison Stadler. Isabella Grace Stanford.
Riley Michael Stazone. Sienna Donisha Steer. Michael John Strunk. Isabella Giffel Sullivan. Leah Faye Sullivan. Danica Alexis Taylor. Madison Rochelle Taylor. Brooke Mackenzie Terhune. Mallory Francis Terhune. Elijah Neal Terrell. Lucy Jean Tillette. Brady Michael Towie. Paul Gentry Townsend Jr. Eric Robert Uffelman. Honorata Yuridia Vale Velasquez. Dominic Alessandro Valentin Pegueros. Ryder Cole Van Horn.
Yeah, Dom.
Garrett Michael Van Sant. Carly Naomi Velasquez Escalante. Nancy Velasquez Santizo. Macklin Ventura Marquez. Kendrick Marin Ventura Velasquez. Jared Verasosa. Karen Adami Vicente Miranda. Peyton Michael Veed.
That's Karen.
Hector Rene Vivar Carpio. Carlos Vivero Escobar. Naomi Grace Walker. Nicholas Tyler Walker. Ava Lynn Page Webb. Declan McNichol West. Abigail Nicole Westmore. Lawson William Whaley. Tylissa Lily Whaley. Emmett Ashton Wheatley. Sydney Page Wetzel. Journey Shantae White. Mason Carter Weedman. Cullen Edward Wilkins. Aiden Michael Willis. Isabella Cameron Windsor. Roxana Evelyn Wisner. Erilyn Elizabeth Wiswall. Braden Matthew Wiswall. Addison Marie Wood. Tristan Anthony Yanucci. Maya Marissa Ingby. Nathan Timothy York. Elias Joshua Zarco Hernandez. Celebrating the academic milestone and memory of Patience Young, accepting the diploma are her sisters, Jessica Roman,
At this time, please stand for the singing of our alma mater.
Sing
You may be seated. At this time, it is my pleasure to ask the President of the School Board, Dr. Allison Myers, to confer the diplomas.
Good evening, families, staff, and graduates. It has been said that the purpose of education is to turn mirrors into windows. Our hope for you is that you turn the reflection of the student you have grown into during your years at CAPE to expand your knowledge, experience, empathy, and curiosity into a broader understanding of the world around you. As you leave here tonight, carry with you the lessons learned in classrooms, on stages, and fields through friendships, challenges, victories, and setbacks. Let those experiences become the windows through which you see new possibilities, new people, and new perspectives. The world does not simply need graduates with talent and ambition. It needs people with compassion, integrity, and the willingness to keep learning long after tonight. We are proud of who you are and even more excited for who you will become. Graduates, please stand. On behalf of the Board of Education, it is with great pleasure that I hereby certify the members of the class of 2026 have fulfilled all state and local requirements for graduation and are eligible to receive their diplomas. I now confirm that you are a graduate of Cape Henlopen High School. You may turn your tassel.
Kenya! C-I! You know! C-I! You know! C-I!